The storm over Coruscant was wrong. Not merely violent, predatory. Black clouds churned above the city, like a living thing, veins of lightning tearing through them in jagged flashes that froze the skyline in stark white silhouettes. Below, the Jedi temple burned, once a monument of balance and restraint. It now bled fire from shattered windows, its sacred spires blazing like funeral pyres against the endless night. Blaster fire thundered through the courtyard. So did screams. Some echoed. Most ended abruptly. Inside the temple, the command issued moments ago unfolded with merciless efficiency. Eliminate every Jedi. Clone troopers advanced in flawless formation, white armor reflecting flame and blood alike as they turned on the generals they once followed without question. Blue and green lightsabers flared desperately in the smoke-filled halls, deflecting, striking, buying seconds where minutes were needed. Jedi Masters fell. Some shielded the younglings, pushing them toward hidden passages. It was never enough. Lights dimmed. Sabers fell silent. The march continued. High above the chaos, on the shattered council level, Master Yoda stood before a broken window. Rain lashed his robes as firelight danced across his ancient face. Every death struck the Force like a blade. Thousands of voices snuffed out, one after another, like candles crushed by a gale. Then, something stopped. The Force didn't recoil. It didn't scream. It stuttered. A hollow opened where there should have been presence. Not darkness. Not light. Nothing. The current buckled around it, as if reality itself refused to acknowledge what had just entered. Yoda's ears lowered. His breath caught. "There is nothing," he murmured. "No light. No dark. A wound in the Force, this is." His eyes narrowed, dread creeping in. What walks unseen by destiny itself? Across the city, in a tower overlooking the inferno, Emperor Palpatine stood watching the temple burn. He smiled, until the smile broke. His eyes narrowed as he reached into Force, fingers twitching as though casting a net, and found empty space. No threads, no futures, no prophecy, a void where something stood. His expression hardened. Unacceptable. He turned sharply. "Deploy all units." Immediately, his voice dropped, venomous. "If something exists beyond the Force, I want it found." Rain hammered the glass as his hands pressed against it. A threat unseen by prophecy is a threat I will not tolerate. Below, the storm worsened. Rain struck stone with such force it seemed to hiss on impact. Lightning slammed into the temple steps, and reality tore open. The air split like fabric, a circular wound crackling with violent energy. From it, a figure was hurled forward as if fired from a cannon. He hit the ground face first. Splat. A puddle erupted around him. His white cape flopped over his head like a soaked towel. Ugh. A groan. That portal better not have made me miss the sail. The bald man pushed himself upright, rain washing grime from his yellow jumpsuit. Red gloves dripped. His expression wasn't fear. It was annoyance. He looked around. The burning temple. Fallen Jedi. Clone troopers advancing in perfect, terrifying order. He sighed. Yeah, definitely not the supermarket. A clone squad spotted him instantly. Blasters snapped up. "Halt! Hands behind your head," one shouted. The man blinked. Do you guys sell discount cabbage?" Last warning. He stared for a moment longer, then slumped slightly. "You stormtrooper types are all the same." The clones opened fire. Red bolts slammed into him in a relentless barrage, explosions kicking up smoke and debris. The courtyard vanished in firelight. Then the smoke cleared. He was still standing. Wet, unharmed, mildly irritated. He brushed ash from his shoulder. That tickled. You ever try fabric softener? Helps with static cling. Without warning, no stance, no wind-up, he threw a single punch. Not at them, just forward. The air detonated. A shock wave tore through the courtyard. Clone troopers were hurled like discarded dolls, smashing into pillars, skidding across stone. Armor cracked. Helmets shattered. Silence followed. Even the storm seemed unsure what it had just witnessed. Captain Rex arrived moments later, boots splashing through rain and debris. He froze at the sight, His men scattered, the courtyard cratered. At its center stood the bald stranger. He raised a hand. Sorry about the mess. Rex lifted his blaster, though his grip trembled. Identify yourself. Saitama, the man said cheerfully. Hero for fun. Professional bargain hunter. Or, well, I was... Rex swallowed. What are you? Hungry, Saitama replied. And lost. Mostly lost. A trooper staggered up beside Rex, whispering, Sir, our rifles didn't even slow him down. Rex hesitated, then barked, Stand down, lower weapons. The troopers obeyed, confused and shaken. Saitama scratched his cheek. So, which way to the nearest supermarket? Before Rex could answer, the air around Saitama distorted again, glitching, stuttering, as if reality itself was buffering. Saitama groaned. Oh, come on again? The vortex opened beneath his feet. The ground vanished, and he was gone. Rex stood motionless in the rain, staring at the empty space where the stranger had stood. Firelight flickered across his armor as his voice dropped to a whisper. Wasn't all the stars was that thing? Thunder rolled overhead. But this time, Rex knew the fear in his chest didn't come from the storm. The galaxy had just encountered something that lived outside its rules. And somehow, Rex knew this was only the beginning.